Gregor Mendel is recognized as the father of genetics. He showed that people's ideas about how living organisms pass traits onto their offspring were wrong. Mendel identified many of the rules of heredity. These rules determined how traits are passed on through generations of living things.
Mendel concluded that the inheritance of each trait is determined by something, which we now call genes, passed from parent to offspring unchanged. In other words, genes from parents do not blend in the offspring. For each trait, an organism inherits one gene from each parent. Although a trait may not appear in an individual, the gene that can cause the trait is still there, so the trait can be passed to and appear again in a future generation. Mendel's experiment with pea plants established the F1 generation consisting of all the offspring from the parents. The F2 generation consisted of the offspring from allowing the F1 individuals to interbreed, or the grandchildren of the parental generation. The principle of dominance states that some alleles are dominant and others are recessive. When each F1 plant flowers and produces gametes, the two alleles segregate from each other so that each gamete carries a single copy of each gene. Therefore, each F1 plant produces two types of gametes, those with the alleles for tallness and those with the alleles for shortness. This is a cross between a homozygous and heterozygous individual. Write the alleles for each parent on the sides of the Punnett square. Then fill each square with the allele from parent 1 that lines up with the row. Do the same for parent 2. The genotype of this cross is 50% homozygous dominant, or big T, big T. The other 50% of this cross are heterozygous dominant, or big T, little t. The phenotype or physical characteristics resulting from this cross are 100% tall. The principles of probability can be used to predict the outcomes of genetic crosses. Independent assortment states that genes for different traits can segregate independently during the formation of gametes. This helps account for many genetic variations in plants, animals, and other organisms. Some alleles are neither dominant nor recessive. and many traits are controlled by multiple alleles or genes. Deletion is the absence of a section of genetic material from a gene or chromosome. Duplication occurs when a DNA segment in a chromosome is a copy of another segment. Inversion is a reversal in the order of genes on a chromosome segment. Mutations are changes in the genetic material.